Okay, guys, today, you know what they talk about? So apparently, Santi's gonna tell us about what's gonna be in the next update. And I'm gonna get some other YouTubers that work for Atlantic. Atlantic is the owner of Toilet Tower Defense. So, let's go straight in the video.
Part 2 of the clock update is coming soon to Toilet Tower Defense, so today I'm going to be showing you guys some new things we're going to add. Also, the classic event is ending soon, so I'm going to give you guys some more info on that.
The classic event is already ended. Just sorry, guys.
But before we get into the video, like and subscribe. So our last update was the classic event, and that is already ending pretty soon. If you look here, we go over to the classic event, and it says that it's from May 23rd to 28th. And if you look at the day right now, it's midnight, but it just hit the 28th, so it is gonna end sometime today. Their new sword looks pretty cool, but it's pretty expensive. Anyways, wait, I think they extended it actually. It says 4 days, 11 hours, and 7 minutes. So there are a few more days for the classic event. If you haven't completed that yet, in my game it's pretty easy. The ticks are really easy to find in the lobby, and then to get the tokens, you just have to basically play a few games. If you already have units, it's insanely easy. If you don't even have units yet, it's still not really hard at all. If you unlock like one clock crate, you can go crazy in the event. But anyways, guess I'll have more time to get that really cool looking Cleos. But back to what I was saying about the update in Toilet Tower Defense. I may have gotten a little distracted. Actually, in the classic event, they didn't even update the description, but I guess they updated the timer in-game, so oh no. So, first thing, new thing in the clock event, you gotta teleport to the clock area first for me to show you guys. So, if you come over to the clock event shop, you can actually see the whole event pass and everything, so I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been playing clock event, but it says more tiers are coming soon in the clock event Part 2 update. So, that means we're gonna have 20 new tiers. It doesn't say right here how many tiers we're gonna have, but I've said 60 tiers before, and we only did 40 in this update. So the next 20 tiers are gonna include 19 normal random things like crates, boosts, gems, coins, but on tier 60, there is going to be a new unit, and this new unit is pretty cool. I've already said what it does before. I don't remember if I showed it, but I'm gonna show it now. So here it is, the Scientist Clockman. This guy, well, we decided to do a part 2 for the update because not only does he give money like the Scientist, which is pretty easy to script because we already have scripts for that, but he also spawns barriers, and each barrier has to be scripted like a different unit. So that is like 5 units that need to be scripted because he has 5 levels of barriers. I just realized, okay, the outline on tier 40 is really small, but the outline on like other ones is normal. I don't know why the outline on tier 40 plus is weird, but anyways, yeah, so one of the things we're gonna have in Clock Update Part 2 is going to be the last 20 tiers, and as he goes up, whenever you go,
I am actually pretty excited for the next update. I'm pretty excited for the next update. I'll definitely do a review on the second clock tier. Blah 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 blah.
Farther, and a lot of people are already at tier 40. The Guardian Clockman right now actually has 450k, so 450,000 people have gotten to the end of the clock pass, and if we go down to tier 20,
today we'll be doing a smelter.
Just to tell you guys, you won't not be seeing any ads. So
update part 2 is going to be the last 20 tiers, and as you know, the XP goes up whenever you go farther, and a lot of people are already at tier 40. The Guardian Clockman right now actually has 450k, so 450,000
I am one of those people.
people have gotten to the end of the clock pass, and if we go down to tier 20, the clock spider, right now 1.4 million people are there, so a lot of people are still grinding to get to the end, and for those already at the end, within probably the next week, you're going to be able to get even farther in it. So good luck with that. That's probably going to be a few days after the classic event ends, because I'm still waiting on the models to be done. It's been 11 days and my modeler still hasn't sent me any, so we'll see what happens with that. He said they are done done though, and he'll send it tomorrow, and then Evan can start scripting those. And another leak here is the Shadow TV man. You can see he looks pretty cool. He's pretty buff, and we actually missed this guy. We are gonna add him in part 1, episode 70 part 3's update, but kind of missed him because he actually was only in the Fool episode. He wasn't in any other parts of the episode, so in the Fool episode, there's actually a little bit more than what's uploaded in the other parts, because normally in the Skibidi Toilet episodes, there's like part 1, sometimes part 2 and 3, and then the Fool episode of all the other episodes combined together with a little bit of extra stuff in between. And this guy was shown for a little bit. His attacks are not too known, but I mean, he has blades on his arms, so he probably punches with the blades on his arms. And he also has a TV, so he's gonna do purple TV static, and it's nothing too crazy, so we're not gonna make him like a godly or exclusive or something. He's probably just gonna be a mythic. But what is gonna be crazy in this update here is the other thing in part 2 of this update, the future large clock man. So here is a picture of, I mean, this is progress from a few days ago, but now he's done, so he'll have everything. This is just an image that shows his head in an outline of something else he'll have, but this guy is gonna be really strong. And this is just the first version of him, because there's actually a golden future large clock man too, and that guy is really strong. So those are gonna be 2 new pretty big things in this update. I'm not gonna reveal too much of how you'll get them in this video, because a lot of people were commenting those were some clockmen we didn't add, so now we'll have pretty much all the clockmen. Also, people are starting to get really far in endless mode. Within the next couple updates, I'm really hoping Evan scripts that speed up thing, because that was supposed to be something really cool in endless ranks, and it's been a long time since we added endless ranks, but we've been focused on the clock event, and then the classic event, and now the clock event part 2. But part 1 of the clock event came out like 9 days ago, so it's only been about a week and a half. Part 2 is probably going to come out around like 2.5 or 3 weeks after the clock event came out, and then it's going to last for another probably 3 weeks. So if there are around 400 upgraded Titan clockmen by now, at the end there will be around 1,600, and there are actually almost 1,500 upgraded Titan drillmen, so I think the crate was balanced pretty well. That means there will be, I mean, there are some unopened crates, so at most around like 2,000 upgraded Titan clockmen, which is exactly how much I was aiming for. Well, over 1 million Titan present, and actually we almost have 1 million upgraded Titan cinemamen, so that's not too crazy. I mean, there are only almost 4,000 of the Chief Clockman right now. But also in part 2 of the clock event, I'm really hoping that Evan can fix the system for the magnet toilets, because actually in clock mode, things are supposed to be a little different. If we go back to the clock area, you can see that we have the Time Factory map, and this one has the most magnet toilets on it. By the way, we also buffed Corrupted Cameraman and the TV Spider in this update, because those were kinda old units that were really rare, but just not that strong. So I'm actually gonna equip Large Clockman, Guardian Clockman. I'm just gonna equip all the Clockmen, okay? At least the good ones. So on this map, most clock toilets spawn, and they were supposed to be able to move your units. I thought that would be a pretty cool system. I didn't think it would be that hard, because I mean, you can move units with B-tools, like, I mean, spawn B-tools, which, I mean, partners can, the partner server, you can just select a unit like that, and then boom, you can move it. It seems really easy, but you can see whenever I move it, something falls out of it, and that is actually the humanoid, and that makes the unit's animations break and other things break. So we can't really move it with a simple script like that. Well, on some of them, it doesn't make it break. On some of them, it does. It's because, I mean, we don't really have any sort of system scripted where you're actually able to move units normally in the game. And that is because usually you just place units, sell them, and then you can place them again. So that entire system needs to be re-scripted for moving units to work, and Evan would need to re-script all of that. So it would definitely take some time. I don't know if that would be worth like an extra week to get the clock update part 2 out. Let me know what you think in the comments, because it would make the mode a little more fun. But I mean, that would kind of just make it harder. It is already out and people already beat it, so making it that much harder would just make it less efficient farm for those trying to get to the end of the
That's pretty good to know. So the toilet. Okay, so good to know. I actually did not know that, but let's go watch more.
Clock pass. So we might not do that so that we're able to update faster.
They might not do that. Okay, that's also good to know.
Because then all that needs to be done are 3 units, the rest of the tiers, and then we're pretty much good. I'm gonna skip and put the alarm clock in so we don't die. But I was also thinking of another idea. We could add some sort of like special mode area where you could have something fun, because a lot of people seem to like Ohio mode. We had a vote if we should add Ohio mode back to the game, and a lot of people voted yes. So we could have like a limited time modes thing. Like most games have limited time modes. We could just have one and then have like a timer above it, and then it could get swapped out with another mode like every couple weeks or something. And then whenever Evan rescripts all the systems, then toilets will be able to move, and then we could add clock mode as a limited time mode, but make it so that the toilets actually move. Actually, I mean the units actually move. So good news, while I was recording the video, the modeler finished all the models and they are being rigged right now. You know what that means? It pretty much just means like the parts are being like coordinated or whatever so that they can actually be animated and move. I'm not gonna lie, I think the clock spider looks really, really cool, and he starts out super good for only being 700. But back to focusing on the update. I know I always give estimates for updates and it ends up being later, but this time, honestly, it doesn't seem like we're having too huge of an update for the clock update part 2 to take super long. So I'm really hoping we can get this update out hopefully by next Saturday. So that would be June 8th. Because, okay, I'm hoping that we can get everything done within the next few days. If we get an update on, like, Friday, that'd be cool. Maybe even a little earlier, but I know Saturday would probably be the best day to update, because that's when the most people are able to join. But we will see. That's pretty much it for the video, though. So, also, bad news, Clock Spider is not supposed to be AoE with the guns. I just realized this. The guns were supposed to be a separate attack from his 360-degree AoE, so we're gonna need to fix that. So there are a few things that need to be fixed, but that's pretty much it for the video. So as always, like, subscribe, thank you all for watching.
Okay, so we got some good things to do, okay? I'm not gonna put it like that, but it's gonna be June 8th when it comes out. Right now, for me, it's the June the 1st, so 7 more days. Or a bit more, or a bit less. See you guys in the next one.